Was popping world, tapped in once again with the Head of the Game podcast. Y'all read the title. Without further ado, let's get right into it. My thoughts on 2 days ago presidential debate. I'm being real honest with y'all, right? And I'll make this short, sweet, and simple, man. I ain't finna get too deep into the politics and stuff like that, because honestly, I'm independent. So I really, Democrat, Republican. I mean, there's both things I like on both sides. I'm just not one way or the other. But what I definitely would like to talk about is, first, the policies, right? I feel like the Democrats, in general, doesn't mean I agree with them all, has better policies. I feel like Kamala Harris definitely has better policies, right? Leadership, and there's different forms of leadership, but I'm just saying, far as optics wise, Donald Trump, I think, has better leadership. And I'm not saying overall, I'm just saying if it was a majority, I just feel like optics wise, he's a better leader, right? Not only just of the free world, but just of the world in general. I do feel like Donald Trump, controversially, you feel me, embodies the nature of what America stands for. And I'm saying good and a bad way, right? Who would I prefer to win? That's a good question, man. Honestly, and I was just telling my boy this yesterday, I feel like either way I'm gonna be shocked. I don't think I have any set expectations of which way the wind is blowing. I feel like either or I'm gonna be shocked. I know who I'm voting for, and maybe I'll do a follow-up video on why I'm voting for this specific person. You know what? I'm just go ahead and say it, man. I ain't tripping on y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna rock with Kamala Harris, right? And I know y'all, some of y'all would say like, okay, well, if Donald Trump is the better leader, just in general, why would? And it just comes down to policies, right? There's just certain policies I don't agree with, but that's the conflict of interest that I do feel like I have, is that though he doesn't have a lot of policies that I agree with, I feel like the leader, being a leader of the free world and keeping things on a number one standard, on a global aspect. And if I was to compare, and I know it's not Kamala that's been in the presidency, but more so Biden, and I was to compare and contrast, now it's multi-layered, right? And I feel like I can get into that as far as the way the optics look, far as what has happened in comparison to the terms that was set, right? Because in one way you can look at it like, okay, Trump did have a substantial economy, right? Things was flourishing, but let's just keep it 100. A lot of that work was through Obama. And it was cleaning up and making up the mess of a Republican president, right? So Trump basically said he had the best economy, and then COVID hit. And once COVID hit, I feel like it was poorly handled, in my opinion. And then releasing all those stimulus packages, 2020 hindsight, definitely could have been handled differently. But I feel like at the time we didn't know what it was now, in all fairness. But he was the one that signed all those stimulus checks and all those PPP loans. And I feel like the residual after effect definitely impacted the Biden, administration. So it just, on the surface, it just made it look like Biden just went in there and made things worse than what they were. Which an argument can be made, yeah, but I would not give where things are at 100% Biden's fault. He made them worse, but it's not the reason why we got there, right? So I guess you can compare and contrast, but it's multi-layered, real nuanced, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, man. That's where I'm at with it. I just feel like there's just certain policies I don't agree with, and if I was to vote for him, and it just really wouldn't even matter at that point. So I want to know what y'all think. Comment, like, subscribe. More videos on the way. I'm up out of here.